Right, guys, so welcome to the fourth episode, or actually the fourth video that we are creating right now. um, I think I have managed to fix the sound. This morning I tried doing a live stream for at least 1 hour. There wasn't any sound issue. So if today right now if I have any sound issue again, I think I'm quite unlucky. Yeah. So let me know if in the comment section if there's any sound issue again. Hopefully I get the settings correct. So before I start the lesson, let's just go straight and double check your attendance and see who is not present. Okay, today is the 14th of April. Asset creation class. Please be reminded that you need to actually go into the assignment and click on the yes button. Okay, so at this point, Cassidy, I think who is this? This one I don't know. I must go and check later. Yani, Damon, Sherilyn, Andrea, Yu Tan, Zhong Wei. Am I able to check who is it? Okay, but anyway, you guys know who you are. Later on, please go in to update it. You still have another 15 minutes before you're considered late, so please make use of the time wisely. Reminder as well, some of you guys haven't really put in your drawings yet. Right now, I think I have about 23 students. Some folders are empty. There's no pictures inside. Please go and put in your pictures, right? I won't be going through anymore already, but I still have to consolidate this for marking purposes. So please go and submit your drawings in the Google form. I'll be creating another link for you guys to submit your Maya files, which will be used on a review for Monday morning lessons. Let's go in to check our folder. Okay, if you have started to do your blocking, I will suggest that you go into your files under week 4. Okay, for asset creation files, week 4, go into the body folder. You will see quite a lot of images there. I would like you guys to use simple topo. You can follow this for your blocking purposes. Use this one, the one on the right, the one without much of details on the face. The body wise, actually kind of like everything is the same except for the details on the toes and the hands. Okay, so use this as a guide when you are doing your blocking. The rest are actually pretty much more details, so you can start to use them when you are moving forward, doing more details later on. So I repeat again, for today's exercise, today's video, we are actually going to do the hand. Okay, so I'm just going to set project on my character, open up the file, number 2. Okay, we only have about 14 or actually 13 students at this point watching this video. So even though you mark your attendance already, you still have to be present during the live stream. Okay, so the end off was actually here doing the body. Okay, today we are going to do the hand. So I have one sample here, which I will share with you guys how to do it. Okay, how we're going to do it, basically we model one hand, or actually one finger. I'm going to duplicate it. Okay, scale it down and reposition them to create the fingers. Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys how we can actually do this, right? So I delete everything already. I'm just going to start from the beginning. We first create a cylinder, and we're going to use 8 sides as a subdivision, and we'll rotate it 90 degrees. Okay, and maybe for the height axis, create 3 subdivision as well. Let's scale it. So this is roughly the length of your finger. Okay, so you can use your own finger, take a picture of it from the front and from the back, and create your image plane, and you can actually use it as a guide how you want to model your finger. Otherwise, just use your eye power, just look at your hand and roughly try to observe how the fingers looks like. Okay, once you have a blocking for the fingers, I'm just going to quickly delete away the cap at the back of it. So this will be my front. Okay, I'm just going to remove some of the unnecessary edge loop. then we can go into do some blocking already. Okay, I'm positioning these lines to the knuckles, where the knuckles are. Okay, leave a bit of space for your fingernails. If there's no space, you have to readjust it later on. Okay, so at the top view, just going to make the finger a little bit more pointy. This part we can actually scale it up just a little bit. Here we can scale up a bit wider. Okay, so now that we roughly have a shape of a finger, I'm just going to create the knuckles. So I select both edge loop, bevel, add a segment. Okay, so I press 1, this is roughly how it looks. I'm going to select the middle segment of the edge loop, push it up, and this is roughly how our knuckle will look like. Okay, just a rough example. I'm going to switch the material to blend so that we can see it clearer. Okay, next, just going to continue modeling. So the knuckle area are usually a little bit wider, but not too much. Right? That is deformed. There's something wrong with the bone already. So not too much. Scale it up a little bit. Okay. This area here. Again, when you're modeling, right, you really need to look at your own finger and adjust from there. Fingernails and stuff, usually we will do at a later time. Okay, I'm going to add one more edge loop in the middle so that I can scale this up. Same thing here, connect component, scale this up. Okay, the fingernail portion I will leave it, I'm not going to add at this moment. Just press 1, check the edge loop, push this closer a little bit. I find that the knuckle might be a bit too sharp, so I'm going to widen up that area. So for the top area, I'm just going to flatten it as well. Yes, okay, unless your character wearing gloves, otherwise you can skip the fingernail. But if your character not wearing gloves, I strongly suggest you model them. It's not difficult to model. I'll show you in a short while how you can actually do it. But the thing is, you want to spend a bit of time getting the finger looking as good as possible. Okay, then we move on to the details later on. Okay, now to the fingertip. Check the audio. What about the audio? Again, is it lagging? Oh no. Okay, noted. Okay, we're back. Let me know if the audio have issues again. I have really no idea why it's giving us so much problem. Okay, more or less there. Now moving on, let's do the fingernail. For the fingernail area, we need to add one more segment in the middle. Okay, I'm going to straighten this. This line is going to be the base of our fingernail. So whatever that is in the middle here will become the fingernail. And how we're going to do the fingernails is basically we just extrude. So I press Ctrl E, which will extrude out a polygon. And in my smooth mode, okay, in my smooth mode, you will see how this actually kind of becomes like the fingernail. So if I undo for you guys to see, this is the original model. Ctrl E to extrude. Okay, I'm going to scale it down. I'm going to extrude again. Okay, Ctrl E to extrude again. Move it out. And now this will become like my fingernail already. Okay, so the rest is just maybe a very small adjustment to the model. I'm just going to tweak a little bit. So each one of us, our fingernail is different. The shape of it, the way it's being grow out is slightly different. So you might want to look at different fingernails to see which one is what you want to prefer for your character. You don't really have to spend a lot of time modeling too much of the fingernail. A rough shape of it will be good enough. Just add one more edge loop in the middle here to support the topology. Go on to Shift Control, Transform Constraint, Edge Light, and then we scale it so that the topology is straighter. Okay, what else do we need to do? A bit study, a bit squarish and fat looking. Can soften it a bit more if I want. Okay, so one finger is done. If you want, again, spend a bit more time, make it look like what you really want as a finger, and then you can start duplicating the finger to the rest already. So I'm going to save my file first. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust my period point. So I press D and then hold on to V and I snap it so that it's kind of like in the middle of my model. So if I have to rotate it, okay, my period point will be kind of fix it at the middle of my model, but at the back of it. Okay, so this will help me with my arrangement later on. Now this finger is actually the middle finger, so later when I duplicate it out, okay, this will be like the index finger, and then I'm going to just scale it down, not too much, okay, otherwise it becomes pinky already. So just slightly somewhat around here. I'm going to move it down a little bit. Control D to duplicate. Now this will be my ring finger, and then I Control D to duplicate. This will be my pinky finger, and I'm just going to scale it down again. Okay, this is not the final position of the fingers yet. We have to create a rough blocking for the palm, reposition the fingers, and then start to merge the fingers to the palm. We also have to do the thumb. So let's do a very quick blocking for our palm area. So I'm going to start off with a cube, scale it up. We roughly know the size of the model right now, so I'm just going to scale it up wider. position it. Okay. Go into my channel, just cut the model. Oh wait, that's the height. 1, 2, 2. Okay, good enough. Scale it. Let's see what I need to do. Move this up. Okay. Okay, the tricky part here is that quite a few areas like actually you need to do the thumb, you need to know how to attach your fingers to your palm, this area here, and then later on you have another issue where your wrist need to connect to your hand, so you need to start uh, preparing a few things like example, if I want to do the wrist area, my wrist is round, right? Because we use a cylinder earlier on. So now this is like a bit blocky and squarish. So you actually need to prepare it to be round. So later when you do your merging, it doesn't, you don't feel so intimidated by it. You will definitely have one issue where the poly count is different. Okay, remember the edge loop, you have 8 and then one have 6. How you're going to create it to have equal amount so that you can bridge equally. This kind of issue will always be there, so you have to be mentally prepared that you must be there to fix the problem. Okay, so my blocking is more or less done. The model is not completed yet, you still have to refine it further, so this video will also show you how to do it, but now I need to share with you how to reposition your finger. Okay, so actually I think I modeled it the other way. I need to flip this model. Okay, so what I just did was I actually used the scale tool. I just scale it negatively. So now you see scale Z is 8.909, right? I just have to put a negative in front, then it will be kind of like inverted. And reason why is because if I look from the side view here, this area here, this part of your hand is slanted, it's going down. There's a kind of like a small little slope. Naturally this part is just a little bit higher, so we want to model the hand in a very relaxed position, not to the point that it is curved this way, because when you read your model you will find it very difficult to read the bone curling up. So we want it to be straight but at the same time in a relaxed position. Okay, so I'll show you guys what we are looking for here. Again, your middle finger will be in the middle. So if you look at your hand again, right, this is your middle finger, right? If you go draw a line down, it is somewhere around the center of your wrist. So that is one thing you want to keep in mind. Okay, so I'm just going to position this middle line. I'm just going to use it as a guide and position my middle finger somewhere around there. Okay, and then the rest will slowly fall into place. If it doesn't, then I just have to do a bit of modeling. Okay, now for the fingers, again back to this view, in the relaxed position, the middle finger will always be the highest compared to the others. So from this view, let's take a look. Okay, I'm going to move my middle finger up and this pinky down. So the moment I do this, you realize there's a bit of curve going on from index to middle to ring and to pinky. There is a gentle curve, and this is exactly what we want to have. Rather than the curve in the whole finger, the joints being bent, we just want this generic curve. Okay. Next thing you want to do also is to maybe rotate the model. So now my fingers are straight, right? In this 3D model, they are like French fries, they are very, very straight. So what I'm going to do is I just want to rotate it up, not too much, okay, but this is stretching too much, so relax a little bit. Okay, so my pinky, don't do this, just do a little bit. Okay, why we want to do this is so that when you do your unwrapping, or it's easier to select your model, it's reading wise is even easier. Okay, you can bring them a little bit closer to one another as well. So if I move them away, you will see the curve here as well. Look at your own hand, you will notice it's there, the curve is there. So curve follow. Okay, then now we're going to move on to merging the model together. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to connect some lines together. Okay, just going to cut across again. Can you undo? I will cut further. Maybe connect these lines as well. Okay, so if I were to delete these two faces, let's see how many lines we have. 6. I think I have 8 over here, so I need to have actually 2 more. So I'm just going to connect. So now I have 8 edges, and here this 3D model I have also 8 edges. So now we can start to combine them together. Save the file. If you want, save as an increment, and then anything wrong, you can reopen the older file. I'm going to combine the model now. So after I can combine, then I can start to actually merge them together. So if I were to use bridge, it might look a bit weird, but I think we can still do it. Okay, so I select these 2 edges, bridge it, bridge, bridge, bridge. Let's select correctly. Okay, let's try again. Bridge, bridge. Okay, I press 3. Okay, it looks a bit weird, but it's fine. You can always go in to fix it simply by moving the vertices. Okay, next, move on to the next finger, which is kind of the same thing actually. Now this edge loop here will be a bit more confusing, this area here, so we will fix that later on. So I'm just going to repeat for the rest right now. In and delete. Okay, I can't delete everything together because we actually need the fingers to, we need this space in the middle. You see this space later on. If we delete everything and do it at one shot, you don't get to see the space immediately. So press wrongly, combine. Okay, double check the model seems to be okay. Let's move it out, move this out. Okay, so these lines that I am selecting now, right, is actually the middle section of your own finger. Okay, we need that to be around. We have to adjust it later on to make it look more believable. Okay, after that we come back and refine the shape further. Combine and bridge. Oops. Okay, so this is one issue that I don't like with bridging. It's not bridging accordingly to the edges that I want. So sometimes I have to bridge one edge first, deselect it, and bridge it again. Also now this is much better. You can rotate a little bit, scale this down. Combine. Bridge. Okay, so we just combine the hands, the fingers to your palm, but you can tell that the knuckle area is very disturbing. So this is where we have to slowly go in to refine the shape. Okay, we don't need to add any more edge loop now. It's really more about moving the vertices um, around to kind of form the knuckles at the top, and then some small little webbing at the bottom, which I will explain to you later on. This view from the top might be easier. Okay, so for the knuckle areas, later on you need to add a bit more edge loop to really make the knuckles a bit more protruding if you want to. But if it's a teenager guy, maybe the knuckles will be so obvious. But if it's an older guy, like that guys and stuff, you want him to be a bit more fierce looking. Maybe the knuckles can be a bit more protruding and stuff. But those are small little details that maybe people can't even see unless there's a close up. Okay, so now let's move on to the bottom part. So for the bottom part, right, if you look at your knuckles again, from the top, okay, you will see that there's a bit of valley going down, and at the back of your palm, you will see this small little webbing. Okay, so this part is actually very thin, it's very flat, but at the top here, you kind of see like there's a valley going on. So for the bottom of our hands, it's going to be a bit different from what we see at the top. So I'm going to select the vertices in the middle. I think I pushed up way too much already. so I need to actually bring it back down. Press 3 to check. Okay, using the sides to support a little bit. Okay, let's see if I can select this whole edge loop and move it forward. Okay, now what I'm doing is trying to straighten up the lines because they are going a little bit too wavy. Okay, if you have any questions right now at this point, please put it at the comment section. I'll try to answer it before I continue in case this is too boring, because this is a lot of just moving the vertex around only, nothing much. Okay, now let's move on to adding more edge loop and closing up the knuckles area before we do the palm. Sorry, do the thumb, not the palm. Okay, so for our hands, we again look at the anatomy, right? We kind of have the knuckles, and the knuckles actually have some bones going down to your somewhere below just above your wrist. So we can actually use that to help us with our topology as well. So these lines that I just created is to help us create the flow of that structure, and now we can start to either use multi-cut or connect component, okay, to help us achieve that. Okay, so maybe right now I will not very confident to actually create the solution at this point. Might want to actually do the palm first before I continue, because I might actually change the topology there. Okay, same for this. I need to find ways to actually close up some of the topology. Okay, so now for the palm itself, what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the model. Okay, I'm going to invert the selection and model this, create this as my thumb. Okay, again, I can spend a bit more time and refine it, but for this tutorial, I'm just going to do a very quick one. Okay, now our thumb is positioned in such a way that it is rotated. Okay, so if I look from the front or at the back, you decide for yourself. My thumb, the fingernail is pointing on to the side view. Okay, unlike the rest of your fingers, they are pointing either top or bottom, depending on where you see it. The thumb is pointing in the side view. So I need to rotate my thumb. Okay. I know there are some students you I see before their thumb, the fingernail is pointing up one. Okay, you literally, for me, I have to rotate my finger just to do that. But most of us, again, our fingernail is pointing to the side. So do it in a natural position. Okay, so double checking where is it? Going up a bit higher. Okay. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm trying to see where when I extrude out the thumb, right? I'm trying to create this section of the palm itself. So I'm trying to see where is it. So I know where I can delete. Which faces can I delete? Okay, and once I deleted it, I roughly know where the spacing are already. Then I can go in to do more work and refine before I start to bridge them, merge and bridge them again. Okay, so I delete them. Got an extra face here. Delete it. You guys might have some problems here. Spend some time slowly going to refine it, look at some reference to help you all. I think I did find some reference for you guys as well, so let me just double check. This is the head. Yep, there's one here, and you can use this one as a guide. Okay, so this is a very simple looking character hand that you can use. Essentially, we want to create this kind of topology as well. There's no details here, but if you want, you can use the videos that I just created for you all to do those numbers and stuff. But this is essentially something very simple that you can use, you can follow. Okay. So now is the tricky part. I need to create the details. Okay, so from the top view, the shape of course doesn't look good. We can refine that later on. Just want to merge them, fix the little bit of topo, then I can easily get the shape up later on. I noticed my palm is a little bit too flat and thin, and this section here is a bit too protruding out, so I have to bring it down. Okay, push it out. Okay, let's see where else can I fix the topology. Connect component, fix this to this. So at this point, because I'm rushing for this video, I just noticed that my fingers, they don't look aesthetically very nice. So if I actually spend more time on it, maybe like half an hour to an hour just to do the finger, or I might even want to redo the finger and kind of reduplicate them again and reattach them again if I have more time. But for now, for this video alone, I think the important thing is you all know how to, the concept of it is crucial. Okay, so for the wrist area, I'm just going to keep it simple and do it something like that, because later on we are going to merge it to my blocking hand. So just nice, I have 8 edges. Okay, for this edge loop I have 8 edges, so it will mesh in just nice. If it doesn't work for you, you will have to slowly go and adjust it. Now I just need to fix some of the topology issue. Okay, so example, the knuckle area. Let's use the previous example here. Okay. Let's see if we can do this. Control E to extrude, scale it down, move it up. Okay, so these faces that I selected, I extruded it up so is to create the knuckle itself. the shape right now is not very appealing, it's too blocky already. So I actually prefer it to be a bit more roundish. So I need to do a bit more work, shape up the edge loop. Okay, if you are not really into the knuckle, then basically just take it away now. Control backspace, you can remove it. Okay, so let's say I do without it first because I don't really like the knuckle that I created just now. So I just continue without the knuckles first. He's trying to see if there's a better topology for that. So I have to undo it. This one and this one, connect component. Okay, I think more or less there. The rest is really more about getting the shape out nicely. Okay, give a bit more time, I think I can model this properly. It's really about refining the shape further. Okay, now back to the bottom of the palm. Okay, sometimes I will do things like this. Remove, add back the edge, just to see which topology is the best fit. Things not nice, a bit too messy, so some time to refine it. Okay, so what happens now is you can see that the model is very irregular. The vertices are like up and down all over the place. So this is where we either relax the model or you slowly manually going to move out the vertices. I think it's stopping to relax somewhere around here. Smooth to. This will ease out, even out the polygons, the spacing between them. Because when I was modeling, uh, it's too irregular already. Okay, so once I'm happy with it, I will go back to my normal move mode and just touch up certain areas. not the best topology that I can do at this point. Within a short time, I think for now it's still okay lah. Given more time, I would really love to fix and get rid of the triangles and have a much more appropriate topology so that my thumb can really move and articulate better. This is not the best topology. I will strongly suggest you to use this one if you can. This is easier looking, more pleasant looking. Mine, because of the way we created the fingers, I have more age loop here. But go ahead and try it out, right? Okay, so after we have modeled out the hand and saved the file, I think we are now into... Okay, now that we have finished the hand, I will briefly share with you guys how we can merge the hand over to the main body. Okay, now we can tell that the hand is way too big, so we can just scale it down. Okay, I'm going to hide the other one. I want to spend some time on the other hand, so I will do it during my free time. I'm going to scale it, move it down to that position. Okay, so the size of your hand should be roughly slightly smaller than your head. Okay, so use that as a guide. Rotate it, move it to position. Scale it down. Cannot scale too much actually. Okay, now for the hand and the body. Okay, combine them. And then we can start to bridge them over. Okay, double check how many edge loop. Oh, now I got 10 edge loop, and here only got 8. Okay, so I need to actually combine some of them together. So let's just combine this one here, or maybe the one at the bottom. Then I have 9. Okay, so this is roughly how we can do the hand and stuff like that. Once I'm done with my other hand, the one that I hidden it, I will show you guys how to do this part again. Maybe do some details around here. So that's it for the hand. You all have any question you want to ask, please put it in the comment section. Yeah. If you all know any solution to my audio issue, please share with me as well. I have no idea why I have this problem. I tested it out in the morning. I let the stream run for 1 hour. I even started Maya. I even played music. I was even watching some other live streams. Somehow I can run for an hour without any audio issue. So don't mind the moment we start this lesson only. Just 10 minutes before I start the lesson, the issues came back. Okay, I don't see anyone posting any question. Okay, so if there's no questions, then I will end the live stream here. If you have any questions, just put your questions in the MS team. I will answer you guys over there until the end of the lesson. And again, I will spend some time to work on the hand, show you guys the final video, or actually the final hand model again. You can also use the model that I shared with you. So I just go back to the pictures again. Files, which one is it? Character, Simon one, big one, Sketchpad. Okay, you can use this to help you guys. Okay, slightly better on the knuckles area and the palm area as well. Okay. The model here is heavier than the one that we're working on is because I have to subdivide and bring it over to Sketchpad. Otherwise, you can actually kind of reduce it by half, right? So no question, then that's it. We have come to the end of today's episode. Then I will see you all tomorrow.